Have you been to Puebla? Let me give you a very quick tour of some of the places you can't miss. First, we have the Basilica Cathedral of Puebla, in downtown Puebla. With their imposing towers 70 meters high, they are the tallest cathedral towers in Latin America. Right next to the Zócalo and its surroundings, there are an infinite number of restaurants, practically for all tastes. Then we have a true masterpiece of architecture, the Palafoxiana Library, that currently has more than 43,000 works. Walking through its streets, you will find something to admire on practically every corner. The Artist Neighborhood, the Alfeñique House, the Parian Crafts Market. A short distance from there is the Obando Bridge, whose mysterious, interesting, and tragic legend you have to hear for yourself. By the way, in the comments I leave you the links to the full videos of each of these places, a more detailed tour of each one. The Cinco de Mayo Civic Center Park has the Concordia Lake, Zaragoza Olympic Stadium, Los Fuertes Viewpoint, La Mantarraya Viewpoint, Loreto Fort Museum, Cinco de Mayo Civic Center, Puebla Regional Museum, and the Monument to the Flag. Auditorio de la Reforma, the theme park, a planetarium, the Puebla cable car, the Museum of the Evolution of Puebla, among many other attractions. The imposing Star of Puebla is part of the complex in the area that includes the Linear Park, the Art Garden, the Metropolitan Eco Park, the Atoyac River Walk, as well as the International Baroque Museum. It is a tourist Ferris wheel and received the Guinness World Record as the world's largest portable observation wheel. Cholula is a must-see in Puebla. Delicious food, its impressive esplanade, super iconic views. The museum that will leave you shocked with all its collection. Alebrijes and endless pre-Hispanic crafts. Right next to it is the archaeological zone of Cholula, where you can find what is said to be the largest pyramid in the world at the base. This is as a result of the superposition of other pyramids. You can get to and from Puebla to Cholula by train, which is very convenient and beautiful. There is also the Plaza De La Concordia with its multiple arches. and right next to it, the enormous church that resembles a castle. One of the most representative and iconic shows in all of Mexico, the Papantla Flyers, just outside the archaeological zone. It is a show that you cannot miss. It is an ancient tradition of Mexico. In the Park of the Giants, you will find some of the most iconic buildings and monuments in the world. In this beautiful, organized, and impeccable place, there is a lot to learn about all these places around the world. And of course, a section dedicated to places in Mexico. And if you are more into nature, there is the Quetzalapan Waterfall, an impressive waterfall in the middle of the forest that welcomes you and embraces you with all of its splendor. Very close to the magic town of Zacatlán de las Manzanas. The walk is somewhat tiring, especially on the way back because there are many steps and it is all uphill, so it's a long climb. When you're there, just enjoy the sounds, the view, and sensation that this incomparable place provides you. In the Tuleman Waterfall, you have to walk a little bit more. It is more of a dirt walk and the road is a little rougher. Super fun, nevertheless, because for nature lovers, there are no limits. And the adventure could not wait. Of course not. It had to be done.
Subscribe!
Experience the adrenaline.
Ahora sí soy un verdadero aventurero. No mires hacia abajo, Rafa. This is a lot more difficult.
Face your fears, because the reward is much greater and you cannot miss it. This place for sure will take your breath away. Zacatlán de las Manzanas. One of the most beautiful magic towns in Puebla. In the Zócalo de Zacatlán, you can come to relax for a while and admire its surroundings, which include the famous double floral clock, two of several that exist in Mexico that were manufactured right here. And of course, the gastronomy of Puebla, a totally exquisite thing. Delight yourself with its different dishes. They are out of this world. Admiring Zacatlán from this point of view is a true adventure in itself, and its impressive murals made of piece of glass, mirrors, and mosaic. Human ingenuity at its best, making a perfect complement to the wonderful creation of the Most High. And the glass bridge, the perfect place to admire both. Very close to Zacatlan is the San Pedro Waterfall, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful waterfalls in Puebla. With its peaceful surroundings that are impressively not very crowded, and of course, the stone bridge that seems to come out of a fantasy movie. A wonderful atmosphere that you cannot miss. In the description of this video, you will find the link to each full video for each of these sites separately. Thank you very much and see you in the next adventure.